And why did you change from being a journalist to being an actress? I was paying my way through school by doing commercials and things like that, and one just overtook the other. I think sometimes your life seems to choose you a little bit. She made the whole world fall in love with her, then vanished as if she had never existed. Meg Ryan was once the queen of Hollywood, a symbol of love, of tenderness, of hope. But then, after just one failed role, one broken romance, one rumor of plastic surgery, everything collapsed. No one offered her roles anymore. The press labeled her a cosmetic disaster. Hollywood turned its back. The audience fell silent. And Meg Ryan, the woman who once made millions of hearts flutter, had to learn how to live without being herself anymore. How does a star who once touched the peak of glory fall so fast? And what made her choose silence over a fight? Join us as we uncover the story no one wants to tell about a romantic icon, forgotten by the very thing that once lifted her. Love. Early life. Meg Ryan was born on November 19, 1961, in Fairfield, Connecticut, the eldest child in a family where her father, Harry, was a math teacher, and her mother, Susan, was a former actress and English teacher. She grew up with two younger sisters, Dana and Annie, and a brother, Andrew. Raised Catholic, Meg attended St. Pius Elementary School and felt a profound sense of loneliness when her parents divorced in 1976, a wound that later fueled her desire for self-expression. Her passion for acting blossomed through high school plays in Houston and drama courses at the University of Houston. In 1979, Meg left her first mark on screen with the role of Mike in Breaking Away, and rose further with her portrayal of astronaut Gordon Cooper in The Right Stuff, 1983. She captivated audiences with her versatile performances, from The Charm, in The Big Easy, the mischievous humor in Inner Space, to the electric portrayal of Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire, and the emotional depth in Far From Heaven. These qualities forged the image of a resilient Meg Ryan in the heart of Hollywood, paving the way for her swift transition into a professional acting career. Early career and breakthrough. Early on, she realized that the name Margaret Mary Emily Hyra didn't quite fit the world of media already prone to mispronunciations. So, she adopted her maternal surname and became Meg Ryan. She began by appearing in commercials for Burger King and AIM, familiarizing herself with the camera. Though she studied journalism at the University of Connecticut and later at New York University under the guidance of Professor Seal Pickett, Meg carried a constant fear, I might not be good enough, especially after nearly losing the role of Betsy Stewart in As the World Turns, 1982, 1984, due to a casting mix-up, which forced her to prove herself in a last-minute audition. Her debut in Rich and Famous, 1981, though anticipated, received lukewarm reviews, teaching her that talent alone wasn't enough. It also took timing and relentless effort. Memorable. Early roles like Mike in Breaking Away, 1979, and astronaut Gordon Cooper in The Right Stuff, 1983, marked her ascent. But it was the bold audition for Promised Land, 1987, which earned her a Spirit Award nomination that awakened her hunger to push boundaries. Supporting parts soon followed. Her charm in The Big Easy, the playful humor in Inner Space, 1987, and the mysterious edge in DOA, 1988, paved the road to 1989, when Meg took on her biggest challenge, Sally Albright in When Harry Met Sally. To maintain authenticity and humor, she patiently filmed the famous faking an orgasm scene at Katz's Prix Delicatessen over 5 takes, each time battling the fear of losing its spontaneity. That scene earned her a Golden Globe nomination, helped the film gross over $90 million, and immortalized her twinkling eyes and breezy charm, cementing Meg Ryan as the rom-com icon of the 1990s. Creative expansion. Just a year after stealing hearts in When Harry Met Sally, Meg took a creative leap with Joe versus the Volcano, 1990, a whimsical blend of comedy and mythology. Behind the scenes, she insisted on performing dangerous water scenes herself, leaping from ship to ocean repeatedly despite being advised to use a stunt double. Although the film didn't score immediate box office success, it eventually garnered a cult following, its audience drawn to Meg's innocence and fearless spirit, a testament to her daring personality. While filming Joe versus the Volcano, Meg was invited by Oliver Stone to join the biopic The Doors, 1991, playing Pam Corson, legendary partner of Jim Morrison. Stone, reportedly surprised by her voice demo, noted how she stayed up late recording take after take to capture the free-spirited LA tone of the 1960s. On set, she spent half a day studying vintage mannerisms, wearing leather jackets and strumming guitar to nail even the subtlest gestures. The role of Pam pulled Meg out of her rom-com comfort zone and redefined the scope of her acting ambition. In 1992, she refreshed her image once more in Prelude to a Kiss, a surreal tale of a bride whose soul is swapped. Behind the scenes, Meg herself suggested the image of her twirling amid scattered wedding flowers. She practiced symbolic dance movements for 3 consecutive nights to ensure fluidity in portraying a lost soul. Though not a box office hit, critics praised her ability to anchor a romantic fantasy genre, especially in the scene where she wrestles with the confusion of inhabiting someone else's body. Rom-com reign and dramatic shift. Then came 1993, and with it, Sleepless in Seattle, sealing her title as Queen of Rom-Coms. Co-starring with Tom Hanks, the film grossed over $225 million worldwide, an astonishing figure for the 90s, and continues to be adored. Behind the scenes, Meg and Tom spent hours discussing their characters over the phone to build natural chemistry on screen. From the fleeting glances at the bus stop to their quiet moments in the rain, these two come from opposite coasts. It's a love story full of emotion, Meg shared when nominated for a Golden Globe for her role as Annie Reed. They fit. They're different, but the same. That blend of sincerity, humor, and relatability turned Sleepless in Seattle into a defining benchmark of the rom-com genre, etched into the audience's memory as a timeless love story. Just 2 years later, at the height of her romantic film stardom, Meg took on the role of Alice Green in When a Man Loves a Woman, 1994, the story of a woman battling alcoholism. Director Louise Mandoki once revealed that Meg spent hours consulting with addiction specialists to fully understand the emotional layers of the character, and that during the very first read-through, she cried her heart out in search of the most honest emotional tone. The role earned her a SAG Award nomination and marked a powerful breakthrough into dramatic acting, proving that Meg was far more than just the queen of rom-coms. She was an actress unafraid to tackle the most challenging roles. Later career in decline, refusing to be confined, Meg went on in 1996 to star in the war drama Courage Under Fire, playing naval pilot Captain Kanan. In 1997, she voiced the titular character in the animated feature Anastasia, expanding her reach to younger audiences. Amid these creative shifts, she never strayed far from her rom-com roots. French Kiss, 1995, Addicted to Love, 1997, and City of Angels, 1998, were all released to impressive box office numbers. In 1998, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks reunited for the romantic comedy You've Got Mail, marking their third collaboration as Hollywood's golden duo. The film grossed over $250 million worldwide, more than the previous two combined. Acting alongside her most compatible screen partner, Meg earned another Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical, her most recent major nomination to date. In an interview with Sleepless in Seattle producer Gary Foster, Meg reflected on working with Hanks. "He's so easygoing. He listens. He supports others. He never wants drama. I feel the same. We were really just there to have fun. It was meant to be a creative experience, and there's no reason to overdo it." This effortless chemistry, combined with Nora Ephron's witty script and the romantic autumn setting of New York City, helped You've Got Mail not only achieve commercial success, but become one of the most beloved rom-coms of the 1990s. Being Chosen, As the voice of the lead in Anastasia, 1997 marked an exciting milestone in Meg Ryan's career as she reached a new generation of younger viewers and showcased her versatility. To capture a voice both bright and emotionally resonant, Meg spent hours in the recording studio, striving to strike a balance between classical purity and modern warmth. The success of Anastasia not only expanded her influence beyond live action, but also confirmed Meg's readiness to take on any genre: romantic comedy, drama, or animation. Decline and withdrawal. Entering the 2000s, after a string of major successes, Meg's career began to plateau with films that received mixed reviews. Proof of Life and Hanging Up, 2000, barely broke even. And while Kate and Leopold, that postponed wedding, born of hardship, became a testament to their deep commitment and the strength of their bond, a rare tale of endurance in Hollywood's tumultuous love stories. But nearly 9 years into their marriage, the dream unraveled. In 2000, tabloids published photos of Meg and Russell Crowe looking intimate behind the scenes of Proof of Life, sparking a wave of realtor rumors that neither party addressed publicly. Amid the chaos, Meg claimed the affair was the least of the problems and not the true cause of the breakup. Though Dennis admitted the relationship forced us to face the truth, he recalled feeling stabbed in the back, devastated by accusations of betrayal, and ultimately acknowledged that we both made mistakes, even as he continued to cherish their shared memories. Just weeks later, in June 2000, the couple stunned the public by announcing their separation. Dennis later described the divorce as the death of a part of myself, recounting the stages of shock, depression, anger, and eventual acceptance. He called the affair the final straw, though their marriage had already been eroding. Through the storm, Dennis found his way back, committed to sobriety, steadily acting, and refusing to let the past define his future. He returned to the spotlight with a powerful portrayal of President Ronald Reagan in the upcoming film Reagan, set for release in 2024. Over 24 years later, on the September 6th episode of Who's Talking to Chris Wallace on Max, 70-year-old Dennis Quaid, now a biopic star, opened up saying he had no regrets about his marriage to Meg, even though her fame once far eclipsed his own. When asked if her stardom strained their relationship, he answered candidly, "When I met Meg, I was focused on my career, and so was she. Then things just happened." Pointing to a poster of Top Gun, Quaid recalled the feeling of disappearing when walking beside her on the streets of New York. He added, "I tried to act like it didn't affect me. Tried to be the big guy, but we're all just human." Quaid also spoke of Jack, now a successful actor in his own right, as the sweetest fruit of that journey and the reason he'll never regret the life they built together. And then came Meg Ryan's voice. Finally, after nearly a decade of silence, she firmly stated that Russell Crowe was not the one who broke up the marriage, and that the affair was the least of the problems in a chain of deeper issues. In a 2008 interview with InStyle, Meg candidly revealed, "Dennis was not faithful to me for a long time, and that was very painful. I found out more about it after we divorced." She emphasized, "It fell apart before it became a public thing. The public and the press followed it for a long time afterward, but the reason we broke up had nothing to do with anybody else." Meg did not shy away from taking accountability. "I was a mess. I hurt him at the end too. I couldn't be in that kind of long-term relationship anymore. It just wasn't the right time. So I stepped away." These words revealed the depth of her pain and the resolve to protect herself, sharply contrasting with the romantic image the public once adored. Even after letting go of the past and owning her faults, Meg Ryan couldn't escape further controversy. Still reeling from emotional fallout, she was thrust into a second media storm during a 2003 appearance on The Michael Parkinson Show. Questioned about the explicit scenes in In the Cut, at a time when she was under pressure from box office disappointments, like Proof of Life and Hanging Up, Meg replied curtly, "Wrap it up," then slowly removed her mic and exited the studio amid murmurs from the audience. The press pounced, condemning her for what they called rude behavior, branding her an unraveling star who had traded warmth for control over her image. Several commercial deals and talk show invitations were reportedly withdrawn afterward. Even stars like Nicole Kidman or Cillian Murphy, both of whom had faced similarly intrusive questions, typically opted for diplomatic responses to avoid backlash, something Meg might have done differently with hindsight. Years later, in a conversation with the Sunday Times, she admitted, "That moment taught me a lesson about preparing mentally for the public, and that it took me a very long time to win back the audience's trust." These reflections serve as a reminder that even the most wholesome public images can be shattered in a single moment of emotional misstep, leaving consequences that linger far beyond the spotlight. Legacy and impact. Despite the personal storms she had to weather, Meg Ryan still managed to leave an indelible mark on cinema. She received 3 Golden Globe nominations for Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical for her roles as Sally Albright in When Harry Met Sally, Annie Reed in Sleepless in Seattle, and Kathleen Kelly in You've Got Mail, a testament to her profound influence on the romantic comedy genre. Earlier in her career, her portrayal of Carol Bradshaw in Promised Land, 1987, also earned her an Independent Spirit Award nomination, recognizing her authenticity and emotional depth from the very beginning. But what audiences remember most isn't the awards. It's her instinctive ability to connect with sincerity. Nora Ephron, who wrote When Harry Met Sally, once revealed that she crafted the character of Sally in Meg's voice. Funny, warm, and full of hope. Tom Hanks also remarked that with just a glance or a smile, Meg could fill a film set with energy. Beyond the screen, Meg quietly supported charitable organizations focused on women and children, reflecting her genuine desire to inspire and give back to the community. While the media and public often celebrated her with honors such as People's 50 Most Beautiful People in the World, the Women in Film Crystal Award, and the Hasty Pudding Woman of the Year, it was the stories behind the scenes, the praise from her colleagues, the way she lit up when talking to children, that truly painted the picture of who Meg Ryan was. Not just the queen of rom-coms, but a woman of compassion, generosity, and hope. Those moments, more than any title or trophy, are the true legacy she leaves behind. Current life after building a storied career, Meg Ryan found new meaning in motherhood. In 2006, she adopted a daughter from China, Daisy True, born in 2004, whom she calls her destined connection. In a rare interview with the Sunday Times, Meg shared, "I always thought I would adopt, and there were times when I was on the verge, but maybe it was meant to be with Daisy. I don't know why the events aligned to bring us together, but it's perfect." She spoke with pride about watching her daughter chase her dreams. "My daughter's studying English literature at this university now, but hopefully one day she'll go to Bath." As if love for England runs in the blood. In December 2023, during an interview with Glamour, Meg reaffirmed, "I believe in miracles. Because of our relationship, we were meant to be." Now, when looking back at her journey with both children, Jack Quaid, born in April 1992, and Daisy True, adopted in early 2006, Meg shared that every day she asks herself 3 questions to ensure her kids are living their best lives. Are they inspired? Are they happy? Are they safe? These words reveal not just warm maternal devotion, but also a woman writing a new chapter, one rooted in openness, authenticity, and a deep prioritization of family. Her only son with Dennis, Jack, grew up straddling 2 worlds, visiting film sets like The Rookie in Austin, Texas, with his parents and soaking in the energy of Hollywood. He began acting with a small role in The Hunger Games, 2012, before breaking out in the hit series The Boys, 2019 present. Jack once shared that no one understands him better than his mother, and that being directed by her in Ithaca, 2015, was a perfect experience. Having found peace within her close-knit family, Meg Ryan opened her heart to love again when she and singer John Mellencamp, who had been on and off since 2010, got engaged in October 2018. According to Entertainment Tonight, Mellencamp was seen wearing a diamond ring next to Meg during Halloween that year, and days later, she confirmed the engagement on Instagram with a charming doodle and the words "engaged." It was a significant milestone for a relationship marked by nearly a decade of highs and lows. Mellencamp once admitted on Sirius XM, "Women hate me. I love Meg Ryan." Though they had broken up for 5 years, they found a second chance, only to part ways again in 2019. John and Meg didn't have the smoothest relationship from the start. A source close to Mellencamp told People they loved each other, but their differences could become real obstacles. Meg Ryan's journey in love has not been without challenges. At times, she seemed ready to commit for life, but in the end, she let go of every relationship to reclaim peace and a deeper happiness within herself. By the mid-2010s, her appearance drew heightened scrutiny as rumors of cosmetic surgery flooded social media. Meg Ryan offered a short, pointed response: "Let it go." In a December 15th interview with the Sunday Times, she emphasized that cosmetic procedures, whether Botox or a nose job, are personal choices so long as they're done safely and moderately, and that there's no reason for people to keep speculating. She believed the only true taboo was invading others' privacy, asserting instead that fans should care about the fact she was thriving. Previously, in a conversation with Iodonna, Meg had also spoken about aging as a privilege. "I cherish my age. Now what matters more is saying what I mean instead of pleasing others." She admitted to feeling almost liberated by shedding that layer of concern from her life. And with that candor, Meg once again affirmed her right to beauty and authenticity on her own terms. When she made a radiant return to the red carpet at the 2019 TCM Classic Film Festival to mark the 30th anniversary of When Harry Met Sally, Meg Ryan stood beside director Rob Reiner and co-star Billy Crystal with poise and warmth. Though she's maintained a low profile, she continued to shine in a shimmering black outfit at the 2021 Amphar Gala in Los Angeles. In 2023, she appeared alongside longtime friend Michael J. Fox at the premiere of his documentary, Still in New York. Now living in West Village with her 2 children, Jack stopping by between projects, and Daisy currently attending Smith College, Meg enjoys quiet mornings walking her daughter to school, afternoons spent writing scripts, and evenings chatting with friends or joining intimate acting workshops. In an October 2023 interview with People, she opened up about her decision to step away from the spotlight. "I took a long break because there were so many other aspects of the human experience I wanted to explore. It's nice to think of acting as a job, not a lifestyle." Soon, she's set to return with the romantic comedy What Happens Later, in which she stars, directs, and co-wrote the screenplay. The film follows 2 ex-lovers stranded overnight in New York, a snowbound airport, slated for theatrical release on November 3rd. In 2024 and 2025, Meg has continued to quietly attend smaller film award events, lead acting workshops in New York, and support charitable initiatives for women, proof of her enduring, thoughtful journey far beyond the fame that once defined her. After everything, Meg Ryan's journey, from the dazzling heights of rom-com fame to personal heartbreak, and finally to quiet peace as a mother and independent filmmaker, has shown us the power of being true to oneself and cherishing what truly matters. She has taught us that after every fall, it's still possible to find faith again and rise stronger. Thank you for joining us through this emotional and inspiring story. What moment in Meg Ryan's life or career left the deepest impression on you? Share your thoughts below, or simply comment, "Love Meg Ryan," so we know you're someone who truly cares about her journey too. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of the fascinating and unexpected stories of the legends you love.